Good morning.
Good morning.
This is the Big Bleeper,
It's a little bleeper.
and we are
The bleepers on a couch
drinking coffee and talking about small business. Well, it's been a bit of a hiatus. We've had a couple of days off. We've been off doing a few fun things, and we're back.
Well, when he says fun, we got a bit sidetracked doing
We got
client
caught up,
stuff and
yeah,
other
caught
stuff.
up in work.
Yeah.
So-
So today, I want to talk about. It's probably not going to be a long one today, but you never know. We could turn it into a long one because that's how we roll. But something I saw when I had my first business. So before I met the Big Bleeper, so possibly in the 90s it would have been. I used to go to like Brad Cooper business like talks and they irritated me because they costed me money, more money than what I like to spend. But I always seem to get something out of it, and I now call it like sort of a nugget.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of our life now, because of the information age, is mining for that nugget. So you might go all day on videos and blogs and reading and still not come up with a nugget. So this is before the internet. I used to go to these things to get a nugget, like something that I could do to help me and my business do better and be better. And there was a lady who explained a concept that actually I can't remember whether it was a lady or a man, but she explained the concept of be in the room. I'm pretty sure it was a lady.
I think it was a lady because that's the part I remember.
It was before I met you.
I know. But I heard,
Maybe you went to the same thing at
No, I
different
didn't.
time?
I heard the story secondhand, but it was a lady who told the story.
Oh. Anyway, and she explained that, I'm bringing it up because it really, really helped me. It's helped me. It's stuck with me all these years. But it's be in the room. So, as a solopreneur, which I used to make my own product. So, I had a shop. I used to print my own fabric. I used to cut it, sew it, iron it, clip it, put it on a hanger, serve the customer, sell to the customer, produce mail order catalogs, you name it. I did everything
You were the
myself.
whole shooting match.
So, and what this lady was explaining was I often would be in my shop thinking about what I had to sew. And so when someone came in, I used to think that you're bothering me because I got stuff to do. I had orders to make or whatever. You're bothering me, so get on with it. And so I didn't give them the time and respect they deserve. And similarly, I'm in the back room and I might be having a quiet day, and in the shops I haven't sold very much, and then I think, well, why am I making all this stuff? I had a quiet day not selling it. So I used to bring the other parts of the business into the one I was doing. And what she told me was that when you're serving your customer, you're in the room. So don't think about anything else. You're in the room with that particular thing. And so with tradies, with people that we, as small business people, we wear so many hats, so many times a day. We can't even plan for the day where we know that we're going to be wearing this hat for 1 hour and this hat for 7 hours, or this hat for 5 minutes and this one because we have to be, then someone calls and says, you've got to update your account. Then you've got to be an accounts person for 5 minutes. And it just goes on and on and on. And it can be exhausting. So, but I think segmenting your parts of that you have to do off is a really good way when you focus on what you're doing and enjoy what you're doing and remember why you decided to do it in the first place. It brings a lot of the joy back to why you started your business in the first place. And when you have that joy and the love of what you do, that comes across in who you're dealing with.
Yeah. Well, I think what Little Bleep is remembering, there was a famous seminar that went around Australia, and I think it was Brad Cooper that organised it.
That's probably what I thought.
It might be. It might be Brad Sugars. But anyway, the idea was they had 6 millionaires back in the time when a millionaire was actually a lot of money. And they got these 6 millionaires up on stage, and one by one they told what was their thing that they thought was so important. What was their thing that made the difference in their life. And this woman got up, and I can't remember who she was, I'm sorry, and I'm sure she's someone that everyone would probably know. But she said her thing was to be in the room. And Amanda's touched on a lot of what that means, but one of the things that I think it can be added to that is that she said too often, and for me as a salesperson, it really helped me, was too often we spend our time at work thinking about being at home and our time at home thinking about what we should be doing at work. And we muck up both. So we muck up our work time because we're dreaming about going on holidays or thinking about getting home and working in the shed or working on the car or playing with the kids while we're at work. So we're not doing our work properly. And then we get home and we haven't done enough work that day, so we end up thinking about work. And we're not doing our home time properly. We're not spending time with our kids and being with our partner and living the home life the way we should live our home. And she said that when she started segmenting those two things into rigid areas, rigid compartments, when she was at work, she concentrated on work, and when she's at home, she concentrated on home. Her life changed dramatically. And I think Amanda's taken it a step further and actually changed that to when you're doing one part of your business, be totally focused on that part of the business. And actually say to yourself, okay, I'm going to give myself an hour now to write this blog, or I'm going to give myself an hour now to work with this client. What are you smiling at?
I'm smiling because the reason why I segmented that advice into my work is because I didn't have a home life. I went home to sleep and wash and possibly eat.
Yeah.
But not very often. So my life was my
You didn't wash
business.
very often?
No, I washed myself. I went home to shower, do my washing, and possibly eat. But I didn't have a home life per se. So that advice for me didn't translate. But doing a particular job and getting into that particular, and like changing my mindset over a customer's coming in, focus on the customer. Customer's gone, focus on the production.
Yeah.
And phone rings, be on the phone.
Yeah, so be in the room. So
yeah.
whatever room you're in, and that's a metaphorical room.
For headspace.
Yeah, whatever headspace you're supposed to be in, get into that headspace. Don't be doing something and thinking about something else. And, it's like, yeah.
Oh, and when it comes to customer service, which in retail has been taking a progressive dive.
Yeah.
Especially with the introduction of iGadgets, because a lot of the time you walk into a shop, it doesn't even matter if there's not anyone else in it. The amount of times I've walked into a branded shop in a shopping centre and you're in there for 5 minutes and you think, oh, that's quite nice, I can ask about that. And you're trying to get someone's attention. They're not even looking at you. They don't say hello, they don't say how are you, they're not looking at you. Unless you... And that's why I pushed my business and strip shopping so much, is because we said we have to focus on customer service. Everyone is a potential customer. Be nice, be polite, don't ignore people, because that's what the shopping centres are doing. And so you end up wanting to ask a question about something and you can't get someone's attention, and you go, you know what, I'm not interested anymore, and you walk out. So... those girls aren't in the room. If you're paying someone to be in your store,
yeah,
they should be in your store.
Absolutely. When the bell goes off for someone coming through the door, they need to lock in like a homing missile, and not harass the customer. There's a whole series. We could do a whole series of tapes on how to communicate with customers, because you don't harass the customer.
Well, that was a couple of decades ago.
Yeah, well, you actually go the opposite way.
So and then I saw it at the markets as well. Before we had iPhones and stuff, market people used to talk to people walking past their store, even if they weren't interested in. My business was kids pants, and they used to go, I love your shop and it's a beautiful shop and you make these, and yes I do, and I wish I had kids I could buy for. So even though I wasn't, I couldn't sell anything to that person, I still spoke to them. But then we got the iPhone and stuff, I've noticed when I go to markets, people are on their iPads and stuff in their store.
Yeah.
Sitting behind a table. They're not engaging with people.
So they're totally out of the room.
They're out of the room.
Yeah.
Out. They're physically there.
Yeah.
But they're not even mentally
there. It doesn't matter whether they're physically there. If their brain is off doing something else, they're not being productive, and they're not where they should be, right? Yeah. And then they're going to get home, and the first thing they're going to say when they get home is they're going to say, oh, it was a quiet day.
Yeah.
Hardly
Yeah, exactly.
hardly anyone to talk
Yeah,
to.
and they blame the outside circumstances
Yeah.
where they say, have they done everything they can to maximise
Yeah.
their selling time? And the answer probably is no.
No. So that's today's message. Be in
The
the room. All right.
It's a really good one.
It is. Have
Stick
a great
it on
day.
a postie. I know. Stick
Oh
it on
my
a postie.
gosh.
Stick it on a postie. Stick it on your till. Stick it on your desk where you actually sit and do your different jobs.
Get a rock and write on it. Be in the room. All right.
See you later.
Have a great day, guys. I'm the Big Bleeper.
I'm Little Bleeper.
Cheers.